So earlier I have introduced you to the changes in indicator diagram directly in the graph due to acceleration and friction. Now we'll quantitatively take into account of those things. So these are acceleration and friction head changes in suction and delivery pipe. So this was our schematic, and let's say this is the length x. So why are we doing this? We are taking x, we'll take the differential, so we'll get the velocity, we'll take the differential, we'll get the acceleration, and then we'll use that acceleration term to find the head. So x is equal to r minus r cos theta, that is r minus r cos theta. So that is the small change in length x, that is same as x over here, and theta is omega t. So x is the piston displacement from IDC. We are taking with respect to IDC. Velocity will be dx by dt. We just differentiate, keep on differentiating it. So velocity is rw omega t. That is piston and fluid velocity. Velocity of both the piston and the fluid which is being squeezed or pushed by the piston. Both will have same velocity. So A into V is the cylinder, and we'll take small a and small v for suction and delivery pipes. So for suction pipe, so the velocity will be A by A into Rw sine omega t. So we have velocity in the cylinder known, and now we can find the velocity. This is just mass flow rate continuity or volume flow rate continuity or mass continuity. This is everywhere applicable. So we know the velocity at one point, we know the area at both the points, so we can find velocity at all other points. We can do that for suction, we can do that for delivery pipe. Now coming to acceleration of fluid, so we just differentiate it and get the term for the acceleration of fluid. So that's over there. So force is mass into acceleration. So force inside the line will be mass area into length. So that's the volume we have, density into area into length. That is in the line. The line means suction line and delivery line. A and L will change as per the configuration. And we have acceleration. And force in cylinder is rho AL into omega square R cos omega t. So A and L changes with stroke length and cross-sectional area of the cylinder. So we have the expressions for force in cylinder and pipe. So we can find the expressions for pressure by multiplying by area in the force. So we have multiplied by those, we can divide from force, we can divide by area to get the pressure. So we have divided by small a and capital A in lines and cylinder expression to get the pressure. So pressure in line, we have the expression pressure in line. We have an expression for pressure head due to acceleration in line is this. So that's all we have for that. And similarly for suction stroke, so there can be many different positions at which we can find the pressure head due to acceleration. So that will change with the theta. So at the suction stroke, so when the piston is at IDC or ODC, the angle theta is 0 or 180 degree, and hence the cos of that angle will be 1 or minus 1. So we'll have the maximum acceleration head. That's what we have seen earlier also, that the maximum acceleration head, that was the change in the indicator diagram. So we had a rectangle earlier. The maximum change was at the IDC and ODC. Yes, we have seen that earlier. So sorry, this was coming down. This was going up by this amount HAS. Suction, that was delivery side. This was suction side. This is going to be quantitatively given by this. And the maximum is coming at IDC and ODC is given by cos theta taking a value 1. So now the final expression for work done, taking into consideration the head loss due to friction are this. So earlier we had HS and HD. Right now we have introduced two more terms. These are the terms 2/3 H head loss due to friction in suction and 2/3 head loss into friction into the delivery line. The 2/3 factor is coming because if you have known, if we take the area of parabola, let's say we have some parabola like this, y is equal to ax square, ax square. So, and this height is, if this height is, let's say, hfs, let's take the case of suction side. So if this height is hfs, the area of this parabola will be 2/3 hfs. That is the result of area integration, and we find the area. So you can just remember, when we are taking into account the friction thing, the coefficient should be 2/3. And that's all. We can find things because we know the head. So hf can be found from FL v square by 2 dg, which I said earlier, and v square will be replaced by a by d, a by a, that is area, cross-sectional area of cylinder. Small a is cross-sectional area of the pipe, the suction pipe and delivery pipe. R is the crank radius, omega is the rotational speed, sin omega t. So everything is known to us, and F is the Darcy's friction coefficient. And if we are given with Fleming's friction factor, we'll use the expression of HFS 4F Lv square by 2 dg. The F will be Fleming at that time. But over here, it is 1 in the coefficient. So this is Darcy's friction coefficient. And we can put different values of theta, and we can get different values of HF. And when we put theta is equal to 90 degree, we'll have maximum HF. And we have seen that earlier also, how the parabola was looking. So over here we have seen, where did it go? Okay, so this is the maximum height from the center, and this occurs at theta is equal to 90 degree. This is theta is equal to 0, this is theta is equal to 180. So that's all we have for this. Thank you.